Well, hello. Today we are talking about missing dimensions in a circle. So we can use circumference equals pi times diameter and area equals pi r squared to find what we're missing in the circle. So basically using the area or the circumference to solve either for the radius or the diameter. So if we wanted to complete this chart, I know the diameter, and then I can find the circumference in terms of pi. Well, circumference is pi times diameter. So this is my diameter, then my circumference is 2 pi. Notice it says leave in terms of pi. Then this would be 4 pi, and this would be 6 pi. So what do you notice about the circumference of circle A compared to the circumference of circle B? Well, A would be half of B, right? Because 2 is half of 4, because the pi's would be the same. So A is half of B, or we could say B is double A. What do you notice about the circumference of circle A compared to circle C? Well, the diameter is 3 times bigger. The pi's are the same, so that's not going to make a difference in my actual circumference. So C is 3 times bigger than A. Or I could say A is 1/3 of C. So what happens to the circumference of a circle when its diameter is changed? The circumference changes by the same factor as the diameter. So if the diameter is doubled, the circumference is doubled. If the diameter is quadrupled, the circumference is quadrupled. Okay, this one talks about area. So now it gives us the radius. So 2 is the radius, and the formula, let's switch colors here for a second. The formula for area of a circle is pi r squared. So if I take 2, which is my radius, and I square it, it gives me 4. So that's 4 pi. Then 4 squared is 16, so that's 16 pi. And this one is 6 squared, or 36 pi. So what do you notice about the area of circle A compared to B? So now I'm comparing A to B. Well, it's 4 times bigger, isn't it? That's interesting. It's 4 times bigger. So the radius was twice as big, but the area is 4 times bigger. That's interesting. What do you notice about the area of A compared to C? Well, let's look at the radius of A compared to the radius of C. The radius is 3 times as big, but the area is 9 times bigger. That's interesting, isn't it? Where do you think that's coming from? Well, hopefully you realize it's coming from the fact that I have to square this difference. So if the difference of the radii is 3 times bigger, once I go to my formula and I square that difference of 3, I get a difference of 9. Okay, so what happens to the area of a circle when its radius is changed? The area is how do I word this? Let's word this differently. Let's say whatever factor the radius is increased by, the area increases by that factor squared. So when we looked at A to B, the factor of increase was 2. It was double. So 2 squared is 4, and that's how much the area increased. Okay? Okay, so now let's take a look at what they're asking us to do here. It says the circle below has a circumference of 25 pi. So I know that the formula for circumference is pi times diameter. I know that the circumference, so the C, is 25 pi. They want me to find the diameter. So now I'm just manipulating the formula in a different format. So if I know 25 pi equals pi times diameter, I want to solve for diameter, or d. So I want to get this d alone, which means I need to move the pi. Well, it's pi times diameter. So the inverse of multiplication is division. So I divide each side by pi, and that would give me d equals 25. So the diameter is 25. And the next one, it talks again about circumference. And this time it wants me to find the radius. So I have to be a little bit careful because I know that the circumference formula will give me diameter. Then I'll have to cut that in half to give radius. So I write out my formula again. I plug in what they gave me for circumference. I divide by pi so that I can get d alone. And I get 12 equals diameter. They asked me for radius, so now I must split that 12 in half to find circumference, or sorry, to find radius. So 12's diameter, split it in half to find radius. Sorry, one of my kiddos is talking to me at the same time. Okay, let's have you try number 3. Go ahead and give it a shot, write your work on your paper, and select the correct answer from that puzzle. And then check your work. Okay, hopefully you got choice A, 50 meters. Let's see if they give us any area questions on here. Okay, so they basically are just asking us. Okay, so we'll do one of these. It's not really a big deal. It's just like a extra step to plug in. So we can do the word problem 1. So number 2 here. A quarter has a circumference of approximately 3.1 inches. So circumference equals pi times diameter. So circumference is 3.1 inches. Okay, it wants me to find the radius, the diameter, and the area. So I want to find the diameter first, so I divide by pi, divide by pi. Now, there is no pi to cancel out, so I'm actually going to have to calculate this. So I go to my calculator, and I put in 3.1 divided by pi. And I always forget where the pi button is on this calculator. I have a graphing calculator, and I always forget where it is. 3.1 divided by, there it is, pi. I get 0.9867606.472. Now my calculator might go out further than yours, and that's okay. So let's think for a minute if that makes sense. Well, 3.1 is my numerator, or my number on top. Pi is 3.1415926, blah, 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 blah. So my denominator is bigger than my numerator. So it makes sense that this would be a fraction or a decimal, and there'd be no whole pieces. Okay, so that's my diameter. Now I need half of that to get my radius, so it's still in my calculator. So I'm just going to hit divided by 2, and I get 0.4933 803,263 for my radius. Now if I want to use it to find the area, I have to know my area formula, which is area equals pi r squared. Okay, so I am going to, it's still in my calculator, so now I am just going to take that and square it, I think. Yep, so I'm going to square it first, and I get 0.24. Doesn't make any sense. Hold on, I'm going to redo this because my calculator is not making mathematical sense. I'm going to type it all in. 0.4933803,236 times 0.4933803236. Okay, so I get 0.24. You can't read that. 0.2434241437 times pi, and that gives me an area of 0.7647395016 inches squared. Okay, so that's it. That was nasty because of all the yucky decimals. Maybe we should do one more that doesn't have yucky decimals so you get a better picture. Do I have one without decimals? And we have a number 5 that doesn't have decimals. Let's try it. So again, circumference equals pi times diameter. 28 pi equals pi times diameter, divide by pi, divide by pi. 28 equals the diameter. So 28 divided by 2 equals 14, which is my radius. So area equals pi r squared. Area equals pi times 14 squared. 14 squared is 196. So pi times 196. So 196 times my pi button is 615.7521601, and it was meters squared. All right, that's it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will hear you back here next time and see you in our Google Meet on Friday. Remember, this Friday we're only having one Google Meet because of my own children and conflicts with their teachers and their projects that they have going on. So we're going to have one Google Meet, 7th, 8th, all together, and that'll be at 10. So normal time for you guys, no change in time, just that there'll be hopefully more people. So, all right, bye.